fight.
Yeah.
Because of what I'm saying.
People are losing interest.
You have you had a traditional story that just really missed the mark. Now you had Shirasawa sacrifice once again. It was the same thing. Shirasawa sacrificed himself in 1954. Shirasawa sacrificed himself in 2016, 17, or what? When the fuck is it? 18.
18.
So and then he's gonna come out
19.
again.
I don't even remember when the movie came out, homie.
That's what I'm telling you. Though.
So
you see?
I think it really should have been more monster fights,
Because King
less
Kong.
talking of people having best friend
Here's
times.
what I think where they put a lot of talking now. Because they wanted to bring out the whole eco-terrorism.
Well, I cared more. I cared.
Those guys, they're still plotting against nuclear plants, and it's not as big as any other news that we have right now.
I think I cared more about these people though than the first one.
Well, they did compared to the first one in 2016.
Yeah, you're right.
I cared
So
a
now
little
we
bit
have
more.
the human story.
They had a little girl there, you know, like Millie Bobby Brown, whatever. I don't know if I.
But you see that's where I think they have the explanation that the mom and the dad are working on the apex predator communication.
Well,
I really did think that they were gonna use that to manipulate Ghidorah into doing, but it was just like, we're just press the button.
No, but the thing is, I really like
have a
though.
theory about that machine, but we'll go to that.
Okay, alright.
I really like though that they said too, like I gotta go save like my child or whatever, and they even themselves be like, what about all the other people that are there? Like you only care about this fucking you know, like everybody cares about somebody, and you guys are only like they kind of told you like, oh, the only people that matter are like the actors here. Like what about all the other?
But
people?
isn't that once again an essentially human quality?
But that's what I'm saying. They actually said it in the movie.
I think the flawed characters. I mean, you had what was the dad? Remember the dad was just like
Friday Night Lights.
I'm an angry dad.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
He was a terrible character. You had
both the mom and the dad are kind of like
they're shitty characters because they're always fucking fighting each other.
Because you know, like it was like one is on the opposite side, the other one, and the kid is the one in the like the melting pot of the middle of the two, which is like, well, I care about the environment and I care about my family, like, but at least I cared more.
So, anyways, you have some liberal snowflakes fighting over fucking Godzilla, bro.
That's what it is.
That's what it.
Well, we're not gonna call liberal snowflakes. They're on their own right.
It's a joke.
But it's still. They're going way over their top, but now that they have this ability to control fucking kaiju, kind of control them.
It adds up a whole thing, and it added more creatures to the Godzilla universe, which we really hope.
Introduce new ones.
No.
Behemoth.
The Behemoth, we don't know, we never saw that character.
Well, yeah, it's
Scalia was the only one that was a repeat, or Amanda.
No, the spider one? That's
It was Scalia.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, because even Kong Skull Island was a good movie.
I personally like Kong Skull Island. I thought it was a good amount
I
of...
enjoyed it to a certain point, because it got too fucking repetitive when it comes to...
It's because it's Sam Jackson.
Yeah, Sam Jackson.
Doing Sam Jackson.
It's always the same character.
In the light.
Or whatever. No, I like Sam Jackson, but you just know what you're gonna get.
I don't like him in every movie.
You know what
The fights are not in the darkness.
If you get a Dr. Pepper, you know what a Dr. Pepper is, and if you have Sam Jackson in the movie, you know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, you're still gonna get the same guy in every movie.
So that was cool. They had the skull crawler. They had a good King Kong fight where they showed that he uses weapons.
Which is a new fucking monster too.
Nobody thinks that King Kong can fuck Godzilla up. Let's just get that shit out of the way. I don't care what anybody says. If we're gonna follow the traditional Godzilla formula,
it's Godzilla.
It has to be.
It doesn't matter if Legendary puts King Kong as a super fucking gorilla.
Dude, they're probably
I don't
gonna,
give a fuck.
They're probably gonna do that shit
Godzilla.
where they fight each other and then like some third monster comes out and they end
That's
up fighting.
That's what they're gonna do.
Obviously, the head of Ghidorah was left over. Obviously, they want to make a Mega Godzilla or something, or bring something
They do have
else up.
already the legendary, let's call it pre-art for Mechagodzilla for Anguirus, because...
Alright. Anguirus was he was just like skeleton,
yeah,
right?
he was a skeleton,
yeah.
so everyone's saying like something about it, like was like another race that died.
There was a war.
A war, because it wasn't Atlantis.
And it was Atlantis.
Yeah.
Which
that's bad. That's the part that I like about
another
it.
Another thing
Super fan service.
that they fucked up with this legendary shit are the toys. Those fucking toys are fucking terrible.
They're really bad.
Yeah,
They're
they screwed up on the whole merchandise.
Mm-hmm. Fucking terrible. Like they look cool. You're like, holy shit! They have this like huge one, and then it's all plasticky and shit.
Everything that's clothing, it sucks.
And right
and
now,
I'm surprised. It's
right now
legendary.
Right now they're still doing these. And these are good, dude.
Yeah, because they're still using the same molding.
But they're still doing these. Like, how come they didn't get this company to do the fucking Toy Story?
Because they didn't want us to write to NECA.
They didn't want to pay somebody else.
No, but these are not NECA. This is something else. Because they sell these at Walmart.
NECA's also
Yeah, my homie just gave me one of those for like Christmas.
Yeah, those are fucking
Oh,
$12.
here's the thing. That's the reason it's made.
They're $12.
It's Bandai, which is basically Toho.
Yeah.
They're $12.
That's why it says right here, Bandai and then Toho Code.
These are $12, and they're like sold right next to the fucking legendary one.
Now, I personally, we're gonna get into a little bit of speculation over Godzilla versus King Kong. Now, we all know it's gonna be. They're gonna try to make them fight, and then they're gonna fight some monsters at the end. We all know it.
Yeah, they
Now-
don't even tell us or hide it.
Now, this is the thing that I've read multiple times, and I've seen it, and it's already been said. Toho got the rights back to Godzilla specifically after this movie. That's why King Kong has to be the winner. Because they want to continue the MonsterVerse as King Kong's,
Fighting him.
as the defender of Earth, and Godzilla died or whatever.
This Godzilla now became back again Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because Toho got the rights back.
So,
Toho fucking sucks.
because of this, no, hey, you're gonna come after us, homie.
No,
Don't
they
even say
became-
we love you, Toho.
No, Toho fucking
Toho
sucks.
now became like a bully.
No,
They're-
dude.
I understand that their property
Look.
created it.
Look,
It's fine that you're protecting
Toho
about it,
is
but
being fucking Gene Simmons about this shit.
No,
Oh,
wait. So
They're being Jerry only
the reason,
about like the whole Misfits thing. Nobody can use the Misfits. Like, come
dude, I know somebody who got sued because there was a rapper homie. Shout out my homie Secret Level. He actually used to go by the name Undead, and he was just a rapper, right? So he got a letter from Jerry Only and fucking everybody was like, you can't use Undead. He actually licensed the artist name Undead.
dude,
Oh.
as much
And you can't use Undead for anything.
as much as I love fucking Godzilla and shit, like Toho, dude, like Toho's the one hurting it.
Wait. So the reason why Toho removed the rights and said we want to continue.
Yeah, well, the Shin Godzilla.
We want to continue Shin Godzilla with Hideo Akane back again as the helm. Now, to me, that's I hope so.
Yeah,
that's a real big.
But
hope.
then what happens when they fucking screwed up and somebody that's like a
It
fan or
happened
whatever?
2 times before.
Whatever. Look, right now, dude, all the people that like saw Godzilla, that fucking know everything Godzilla, that are like, you know, fucking true artists, that are like movie makers now, that can be like, you know what, I'm gonna make the true Godzilla. They can't use that fucking name because Toho is holding it.
Well,
You
also,
can't even make a story that's not Godzilla.
You
but
can't say
similar to it,
fucking
you're fucked.
Godzilla, dude.
Yeah.
You like it's fucking dumb. They're like,
Yeah, I do agree with the
I
creep
thi-
here.
I think-
Toho is starting to hurt Godzilla.
I think
again.
Toho's the one hurting it. Dude. Like, and for real, because video games, all these things
They're bad.
are being fucking by Toho, dude. They're being fucked up by Toho. And
the Vince McMahon.
it also
Yeah.
kind of sucks because there's good games and there's bad games. And when a bad game comes out, dude, and Toho like backed it up in a bad game, Toho just goes like, you know, you see, like we fucking tried and it sucks. But they gotta keep trying.
I don't think that's such a
Here's
lazy
the thing,
unfair to
I
$1 million
think, like-
fucking franchise. I think they really
They
have-
make, dude.
trying to make money.
You think they're trying to make money with movies? Right now, dude, Godzilla is making a shitload of money. Merchandise.
Yeah.
But it always has though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't.
When we
even-
used to get the movies at Walgreens for 99 cents.
If
You know,
they're-
like, they're not gonna make money off the fucking
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. If they stop making Godzilla movies for the rest of their lives, they're fucking set.
Yeah, they're still
Well,
set.
what is the thing? Always, it's always been the movie is the promotion. The movie is the reason why people
Yeah,
go
exactly.
to McDonald's and get the cups and go buy the toys and then go buy
But
the
dude,
shirts.
It's the same as like Dracula, you know. Like people know Dracula.
Have you seen the new Dracula?
I haven't. I've seen the
series?
things, but
No, I
but
just-
dude,
It's
peop-
interesting. Watch
people know Dracula.
He
You know,
looks like Bela Lugosi.
People know
He does look
fucking.
like Bela Lugosi.
People know who fucking Dracula is, no matter what. Oh, what is that fucking? Even if it says vampire or whatever, I was like, oh, that's
No, but
right.
even you said right now earlier, people are getting tired of it, and then as we were listing,
Yeah,
it was just people got tired of it.
but they got tired of it because they were releasing a movie like every year, every 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think right now the burnout is not the amount of movies being released, but the quality of movies.
Yeah, it's
being
because the thing
released.
that sucks is that you have like this, like people that are nostalgic right now, right? And they're like,
They're
holy
also-
shit, Godzilla's coming out, fuck yeah! And then they go, and then if they don't like the movie, that's it. They're
Well, I
like,
feel it's almost
"Eh."
like this Rise of Skywalker situation that we were talking about the other
it's the
day,
same.
where it's like everybody fucking hated all of this shit that happened in The Last Jedi. So much so that they had to fix it. And I think right now,
Dude.
Legendary can fix this situation
Yeah,
and
the
make a
thing
really
is-
good movie.
The thing is, though,
But
like
they have Toho in the way now.
you say everybody hated it, dude. Talk to kids. They,
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
love it.
fucking hate
They love Last Jedi?
Yeah.
it. Dude,
They finally
I'm
see
telling
that
you,
anyone
dude,
could be a Jedi.
we-
That's why they love it.
we as old fucking nerds, we're the fucking comic book guys that are like, worst movie ever. Like,
Yeah.
The worst movie ever! And send and sip.
dude,
I like Last Jedi.
dude, I liked it too because I have a kid that fucking saw it with me and was like, that was a great movie.
But as much as it was empowering, you're not
think-
getting empowered from
No, no.
Godzilla movies. You're just
No,
running.
but I think we need to see it dude, through the eyes of when we were kids. That's why we like Godzilla so much because we saw it when we were kids.
Yeah.
I think if they show it to us now,
And,
like
a lot of fans like us that grew up with Godzilla and they are way too into it, they're also hurting the franchise.
dude, I told Dr. Porn the other day we were watching a documentary on Power Rangers. I used to love the Power. He used to love the Power Rangers.
Yeah, and I looked at him like, damn.
And now we see like the
this?
episodes and we're like, oh, they're
And,
like.
and then
The Porky Pig fucking
no, then
dude.
after that, I saw one of the newest episodes. They're still scrappy as they were.
Dude, the movie, the movie,
yeah, the
fucking
movie-
terrible.
The
dude.
newest one, you didn't like
No,
the
no,
new
the
one?
movie.
I like the new one.
I
Power
like the
Rangers,
new
the
one, too.
movie.
Even though the CGI
Oh, that he was selling
awful.
fucking
The one from 19
selling codeine to little
Yeah,
kids.
the ooze.
Dude, that fucking movie is.
Return of the ooze.
Fucking
Dude, you
good.
remember going to Discovery Zone just to get those little cards done?
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
We went to we were still in Juarez and
Nah,
we
get
loved
that.
it when we were kids. We're like, fuck yeah! And now we see it. It was, dude, that's
Like,
fucking.
damn, I like that shit.
So like some things that
That's
I
when I say I'm glad I kept the fucking robots.
So okay, look, like,
Because at least I'm gonna get some money back.
so we got to that point. We're hoping for Godzilla, versus King Kong or King Kong versus Godzilla.
No.
Fucking no.
Whoever has the billing, the first name billing wins.
I don't think so. I think
well, yeah, because
It should be,
if
but-
you get
It should be, but I don't think it's gonna
you
be
go all the way to
possible
the
now.
beginning, the first person that Godzilla fights is Mothra. It's King Kong versus Godzilla. Then it's Mothra
Yeah, but that's
versus
Toho
Godzilla.
saying it, yeah.
That's when he was getting jobbed out,
that's Toho.
like
saying
CM Punk. He was getting CM Punk.
Yeah, but that's Toho saying it. Toho's not fucking part of this shit anymore. So we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. For all you know, Americans are gonna change the name of that shit.
They
So
went back to Scylla.
well, no, but they're not gonna put that on the poster.
So far.
So it might be like the ultimate fight. Like some
Here's the
stupid
thing.
shit.
What about the other monsters? I know Behemoth, that's a legendary monster now.
They can't use.
Bagua, Ghidorah.
They
we
can't
cannot
use any of them.
Mothra,
They can't use.
Gigan, and Gears. They were gonna bring all the other monsters out, the classic ones.
They're not gonna. They can't. They're not
They
gonna
can't
be able to use it.
anymore.
It's gonna be
I
Gigan
thought
is Gigante.
Gigantes.
Matra is Mota.
They were gonna bring Destroyer later on. Well, it was. It's still a concept, but
But anyway,
How could they even bring destroyer? And I think
no, they
that-
were gonna go there probably like create something. Oh, that's a Destroyer.
Okay.
this is something I did want to touch on for the Destroyer situation now. The series that was supposed to be after Destroyer was supposed to be the son of Godzilla, and this is what people say. There's storyboards, there's actual fucking special effects that were made, where the ghost of Godzilla, the first
54.
Godzilla, 54, comes back and starts terrorizing Japan, and nobody knows what to do. And the new Godzilla, aka son of Godzilla, the one that survived and absorbed his power, has to fight the ghost of Godzilla, and then they were supposed to possess each other and become this new ultimate Godzilla. Now supposed to be the evil one from the new series. Now, do I think that that's gonna happen in the new series? Do I think that they're gonna have like this extra shit? No, I think they're just gonna kill Godzilla because they have to. Now they lost the rights. You guys said they lost the right. I just think they're gonna kill him off.
I think that we're not gonna have Godzilla again in a while, except for the Toho, maybe the Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, because we already know Shin Godzilla 2 is
But I think that it's just gonna right now, dude.
Green light.
Right now, it's just gonna die down. Like it's gonna fucking like rest, fucking sleep again.
But here's the problem. They probably, when it comes back, it'll be another 10 years.
I think I don't want it to be another Spider-Man fucking thing where it's like they keep fucking telling us, oh, here's Godzilla again. It's like, oh, get the order.
It's the same shit with the Power Rangers. We got that Power Rangers, which I really like. The Power Rangers.
I don't know if I really liked it, but
I thought it was a good introduction.
Reintroduction.
And it was, you know, it was contemporary. They updated everything.
Yeah, but I don't know about the whole.
Although they did not update the CG.
Thank goodness that the black guy wasn't the Black Ranger final.
Yeah.
You know, like, at least you stepped over that fucking hump at least, bro. Like, fuck.
Not in the movie where he was an Asian guy. So.
He was the blue one.
No,
the black guy was the blue one. He's basically the villain.
No, the black one was the Asian guy.
Oh yeah, they went back to
the one that was a frog or whatever. And the
movie. You're
not
thinking about
movie.
The recent one.
The movie, not Power Rangers.
The one with the Falcon.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Where they're ninja.
Yeah. So, anyways, whatever. I don't want to keep speculating because we just sound like a bunch of
speculating. That's gonna ruin this.
So let's fucking move on. We're gonna do. I'd say, let's fucking do like our favorite one.
Favorite one of all time?
Yes.
Yeah, all time.
Only one. You can't. Now, don't go with like it's a tie, and then like
just one.
No, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
How dare you do that?
I'm fucking doing
the hard part.
And if you start fucking naming other shit, remember I have the power of editing. I'll edit you out, bro.
I'll fucking edit myself in like Poochie. Like, ding, 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 ding.
I gotta go back to my planet.
Yeah.
Don't mention it again. I already put that clip like twice.
I think the movie that really stuck with me for the very longest time, that was the one that I remember as a little kid always watching and like fucking it was so stupid, was Godzilla versus Megalon. Because it represented the campiness of it. It represented Godzilla as a good guy. It had a really interesting human story that wasn't great, but it also, the soundtrack was fun. The movie was fun. If you want to show your kids a Godzilla movie, show them Godzilla versus Megalon just because of how dumb it is. It takes away, obviously, we spoke about the original. We spoke about Mega Godzilla. We spoke about the new ones. To me, Megalon is one that represents Godzilla Saturday afternoon. You know, you're home from school and you just watch something. It's to me, that's a nostalgic feel to it for sure.
I'll be next. So, my favorite fucking Godzilla movie is Final Wars. To me, Final Wars is basically like fucking Godzilla combined with the Power Rangers. Because you have the ADF fucking fighting like Power Rangers and there's all these action.
They fight better than the Power Rangers.
There's all these action scenes on motorcycles.
Well done.
And like final fights, Mike Haggard comes out
and then
that's fucking suplexing aliens.
It's fucking badass. And then Godzilla fucking beats the shit out of everybody, including Zilla, which is just a little notch, like just a total thing.
It is.
He's an asshole dad.
And Final Wars is the best fan service.
And right there when Godzilla's fighting, there's a song by Sum 41 playing, dude. So it has like even pop punk. It has like fucking of the era.
It has your elements for the era.
It has music of the era, dude. I think it's campy, but it's fucking fun, dude. Like that's a perfect movie to put like in a fucking viewing party or whatever, and everybody's just gonna be like laughing at the shit that's happening. They're gonna be like stoked if they like Godzilla. They're gonna be stoked of everything that's fucking happening in that fucking movie, dude. Because it has cool fights, like humans and monsters. It has a good ending, dude. It has a good characters too. Like they're not all fucking just assholes or whatever. They're all kind of cartoony, but I think that's what I like about it. I think that to me, it's still like a movie that looks really good. If you buy it on Blu-ray, it looks fucking good, dude. And it's I don't know. It's just like it's super fun, dude. Yeah, because I like other ones, but I think this is the funnest one. That's a four.
For me, I know I talk about a lot of Biollante, but it's not. That's my second.
That's your number two.
My number one, that's the original, 1954
Absolutely.
Godzilla.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. That's the first time I saw Godzilla, even though...
You weren't born in 1954?
Even though it was many, many years after it came out. But I remember getting that VHS from my mom. She just bought it for me. I can't remember where it was, but saw it and I saw this fucking kaiju. Like, damn. So, not only dinosaurs get destroyed, now we have a different type, destroying the modern day, kind of the modern day. But for me, it's always stuck because even though I didn't understand it that well when I was a kid, just rewatching it as I was growing up, I started understanding how the Japanese felt through that time, through their hardship, and how they manifested it in a monster. So I like that they added the history value to it, but also the emotional value. That's why I liked it, and the fact that this thing was evil, but it was also pain in person. That's my main reason for that.
I think as a child, we didn't grow up in that time.
No, and we didn't understand.
We don't understand World War II. We're so displaced from it. But you take a monster movie, it has such elements of filmmaking, of real human allegory, people who actually did see these things. Ishiro Honda said that he was a photographer for the military during these times. So you have those panning shots, you have burned down cities, and yeah, for sure, if you're gonna make a list of Godzilla movies, you have to watch the first one. If you want to talk about the modern era series, you watch Shin Godzilla because it has the same emotional situation of people surviving and trying to strive. Now, some of the fun ones, they just say the fun ones, right? Destroy all monsters, fun.
Yeah.
Mega Godzilla, fun.
Tokyo SOS.
SOS, fun. The Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, where he goes time traveling and all that shit, and they're even
fun.
That's fucking
It's
fun.
all that middle part almost, but because like to me, the first Godzilla, I don't consider it as like part of like the whole fucking series, because to me, the first Godzilla is like a fucking a film, dude, like a filmmaking, like
right.
it's something different. It's not the Godzilla that we all know, for real.
It's basically creating a new genre.
Uh-huh.
But
That's what it did.
it's like the shots, everything. He was making a fucking film. He wasn't trying to create a franchise.
And like I said, I'm one of the people that watches directors' commentaries and all these things. You had Kurosawa, who was filming Seven Samurai, the classic samurai movie of all time, walking over and seeing a man in a 300-pound fucking Godzilla costume, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Kurosawa was considered a very quiet man who spoke very loudly. Like if he spoke to you, you knew what he was saying. And he went up to Ishiro Honda and he's like, "Whatever you're doing, you have to represent us as people." And it really did light a fire in people back in those days, and nobody knew what the fuck it was.
Well, Godzilla's a Criterion movie now, and
the whole series came out on Criterion. The first, the fucking Showa era came out Criterion.
But I think that like that first one is especially because it was groundbreaking. I mean, in a lot of things, but that first one is just that's why I wouldn't say like, oh, it's my favorite, because like I said, I don't consider it like almost part of the series. I consider it like let's say it's like if Quentin Tarantino did Pulp Fiction, and then after Pulp Fiction a bunch of other directors just like did their own shit with it. It's like, okay, that's a weird thing.
Well, Ishiro Honda was attached to some of the worst ones too.
Yeah, but I think that but that
he was
first,
a franchise man,
yeah, but that first one was like
absolutely,
it was a serious thing. He approached it seriously. Maybe after they fucking started like moving it into other ways, and then he was like, all right, I'll embrace it.
So if you have family members who don't want to read the old school, who don't like it, show them Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
All right, so then now, another thing I want to do, what's your favorite other property that is clearly inspired by Godzilla? Like another film or something that's not Godzilla.
Now, Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim is my favorite.
Is it? Please tell them.
We're going back to legendary. Now,
Light up fights.
This is with Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
He creates a kaiju like originally was, evil, the bad ones.
Yeah.
But this time we have our own fucking kaiju, making the Jaegers. That's another representation of Mechagodzilla, but in a more human form.
That's kind of like the Power Rangers 2 thing, where like
then you mix Power Rangers
or Evangelion
the right way.
The robots being part of your fucking brain and shit.
No, remember that movie? What was it?
Robojocks.
Yeah,
But
Robojocks.
but-
That also incorporates, and that's another of my favorite raunchy movies.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Robojocks was a little bit more serious too.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that movie, I think that movie was like, it started with like a giant robots fighting and shit. That was cool. Pacific Rim did it way better. And like I said, Robojocks, dude, fucking fights in the light. Pacific Rim
Still in the light.
fights in the light.
And in the rain.
When it was dark,
They
you could
had-
see them, dude.
No, here's the thing. They had lights around them.
But that's what I'm saying. You could see them, dude. You could.
So you
fucking-
can take Guillermo del Toro for kind of losing your...
I'm telling you, dude. It can't be done. They just decide
Yeah.
not to do it. But okay.
It's the aesthetic of the. He chose it for aesthetic.
No, yeah, but even in Pacific Rim, like the fucking, they have that shit where it's all cloudy and shit,
Yeah.
and you can still see them. They fight in the fucking
And if you see the fights
in the
in the
water?
rain in Japan,
and you can see them.
you can still there's fucking helicopters around with
Which
lights
makes
where
fucking
they're
sense.
lighting the area so they can see where the kaiju is.
That shit fucking makes sense to me, dude. Like just the way that they're doing.
And
Like,
we get a badass character.
and,
Fucking
what-
Ron Perlman.
and all the and all the
Motherfucker is
The,
badass.
the
there.
beast himself.
Yeah.
all the characters in that fucking movie are kind of likable, and I like that the ones that are the soldiers, I guess the ones.
Did
that
you
are-
watch the second one?
No, because the fucking shit was
Unfortunately,
terrible.
yeah.
I didn't know-
You know, like I they really did drop
This
the
is
ball.
what
I'll write
happens. This is what happens when the original writer and director it's not fully involved in it.
No,
he just
no.
presents it.
No,
That's
and
it.
to me, Pacific Rim was so perfect. I didn't really even want to fucking see that.
It is a standalone. If you just
It could
watch
just,
this,
yeah, you're right. It could
just
just be a
standalone.
standalone.
I didn't want a sequel. Like I was like, yeah, I don't know where it goes from here, because I knew that it was.
they
gonna,
defeated the aliens.
It was gonna turn into.
They
something.
won.
It
Yeah.
was gonna turn into something weird.
Originally, when Guillermo del Toro was still attached to it, like on every aspect of it, it was gonna go. Now we're going to their main planet, not because where they,
Yeah.
where they were. The
Yeah.
store was like a base only.
So it was
They were gonna send armies of Jaegers.
Yeah.
So
That's what it was supposed
it was
to
gonna
be.
be like Starship Troopers.
Basically,
Uh-huh.
but way better.
Which Starship Troopers, if you see Starship Troopers, the bad guys are the humans.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're invading the fucking
But
planet.
We
Star-
might have got attacked. And they didn't
Starship
say
Troopers
that.
is also a rip-off of Embassy, but
What?
whatever.
Yeah, but I'm like saying,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Starship Troopers is fucking awesome.
Now I'm gonna talk about
The
two
first
things that are inspired by Godzilla, and I'm gonna get through them as quick as possible. A, Gamera. Gamera was the direct response to Godzilla, where he came out as a monster out of the fucking Arctic, and he didn't become a good guy up until the second movie. And then immediately all the campiness that Godzilla tried to copy was because of Gamera. And Gamera did a great job at the fights. Gamera did a great job at, kind of weird brutality that was also fun and comical, but at the same time it's like little kids going, yay, they're having fun. Gamera is one of the best series, even the remakes in the 90s that were made, once again, in response to Godzilla having the 90 Millennium era was because of. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about is Ultraman. Now, Ultraman was made as a response to Godzilla because obviously it's human beings fighting aliens or whatever giant creatures, but this time the human beings actually were physically interacting and fighting the monster. And because of Ultraman, we have Super Sentai, Kakaider Man, we have Voltron, we had all these things because Ultraman was the one that was like, okay, I'm gonna have extra powers and I'm gonna have a 30-second time limit. That Ultraman could only be on screen for 30 seconds at a time, or I think it's a minute or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't last long.
To me, Ultraman was the response to Godzilla, and more so, a lot of the producers I know, Shando, and a lot of the producers of Godzilla actually went on to make Zone Fighter and essentially this brand that we ended up being the Power Rangers brand, and they even have a Godzilla costume in the original Ultraman, but he has like a thing on, and he's a plant, and it's
ripped up.
it's essentially the beginning of Biollante. It's like a Biollante story.
Well, and Ultraman is Jet Jaguar basically too. Like,
Ultraman is Jet Jaguar.
it's just this fucking guy with
They
a
just didn't want to pay the kid.
with a rocket man helmet and a fucking.
But the funny thing,
spandex suit.
if you watch the Ultraman fights, it's like, damn, dude, like the monsters are fucking each other up. Ultraman, and it's
The
like
fi-
actual people
Well, they
like
did
falling
The
down.
fights in Ultraman are more hardcore.
Absolutely.
compared to the other ones.
Well, in
Yes.
Power Rangers they did too. I remember too when like cutting of limbs and like fucking blood squirting out. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So I mean, it created all this, you know, like miniature fucking cities, you know, being fought and shit, or throwing rocks and shit.
But
like,
even then, he was doing like fisherman suplexes. He was doing ultimate busters. Like he was doing these weird wrestling moves that, you know, this is the beginning of Japanese wrestling becoming, you know, like the thing we know now. This was the beginning of the Sentai movement where everybody had to have a robot. You know, fucking Spider-Man had the Leo,
Yeah.
the Leo Zord and all that shit. Like Godzilla directly influenced so many different things. And if you love Godzilla, watch Ultraman, at least the first season. Maybe not Jack and all that other stuff. And Pacific Rim, because Pacific Rim really was.
that was a perfect
One-
kaiju movie.
Yeah.
If it would have, I wish we would have had a bit of Pacific Rim touch in King of the Monsters. To me, the legendary Godzilla 1 2014 was excellent. The new King of the Monsters could have had way more fights. How many fights were in fucking Pacific Rim?
A lot, dude.
Like
Shit.
10 of them, right?
Since the beginning.
Yeah, so, you know, there's really a learning curve that doesn't need to exist anymore. Whereas it's like, we have a succession of media that's influenced by itself, and it really should take into account its own fucking
Pacific Rim
thing.
does get a little bit of the human element there.
No,
We're just
but
defending ourselves.
I think
That's it.
Pacific
But
Rim-
they don't go in way
Hey.
too deep, which is a good thing.
I like that it has that whole thing of like, in
The
order
two
to
brains?
control the thing, you
Yeah.
guys need to be connected mentally. And it's
So yeah, you're gonna be compatible.
and if you're not, like, it just fucks you
It
up.
won't work.
You'll die.
The two twins died, right? That was the
Holy
beginning of it.
shit.
No, that's true.
The one, well, the other one, the
Oh,
one
they're
that's
the brother?
with
Yeah,
his
that's an older
brother
brother,
dies,
not twin.
and then that's why he needs to connect with the girl that he falls in love with. I
Yeah.
mean, that fucking movie.
Basically, in this, the penis.
It's an anime, dude. It's a live
It
action
is.
anime.
Yeah,
It is
that's
an
what
anime.
it is.
The fuck? Something fell. Oh, the light.
The lights. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it was a fucking purple one.
Yeah,
You just
it's
need to
bad.
put it
Anyways, I think that's about the fucking signal for us.
No. We still need to talk about the video games.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I'll go through them super fast. There's a
There's
lot.
not a lot, and
Well,
the
there-
good ones, it's quick.
There is a lot, but they mostly suck.
Well, not a lot to say.
So the first one, the Nintendo one, it's okay, I guess. That's
So-
the one that's like chess.
The Nintendo one is weird because every time you land on a square, you fight a little,
Yeah.
play a level,
Well,
and then you have a boss
you
battle.
need to hit one of the other monsters. So you move. There's nobody there. They move. There's nobody there. You move. So it's just until you fucking, and it's Matra. You use Matra and you use Godzilla.
You Mata and you have to get them both through the level
And you fight like
to get to the next one.
you fight fucking Mecha Godzilla, King Ghidorah, like you fight all these, and it gets repetitive. You fight kind of like it's kind of shitty. This is the one that they did for the NECA, the Nintendo. They even put
Shout out NECA.
They even painted him like the
Like a-
Nintendo fucking.
Shout out NECA. They're doing such a great job on the Godzilla series that you know.
They're doing a great job
There's
on
like
everything now.
20. There's like 20 of these, and I kind of want all of them.
But
to come out.
for a startup for like a Nintendo, it wasn't too bad, but I think it still missed.
I remember renting this game, and I had to return it to the Furs.
There-
Furs when Furs had a fucking a rental place,
It was way.
and I had to return it, and I literally spent 20 hours trying to pass it because it's so fucking difficult.
Well,
Every single you start the fights over and over again.
There's
Every match.
there's a Godzilla 2 that didn't come out in the United States. It fucking sucked too. Whatever.
That's on emulators though. I know
yeah,
it
but
plays
like
like
you can
that.
get a
don't
manual.
fucking play. And then there's a Game Boy one where you're like this, like it's like Mario Brothers. But
It's
you're
like
Godzilla.
Google Bubble, no? It's like a puzzle.
Well, you're fucking walking and it's fucking stupid.
No, it is like super.
And then you thought Super Nintendo's gonna have a fighting game. No, they're not. They fucking had
a turn-based
one of the fucking shittiest.
rolling, like you had to roll the dice. What was it? You had to
It
press
was
A.
kind of like Dungeons.
And you
It
just see
was
fucking
strange.
Godzilla like fucking walking on the screen.
So
And
it was almost like the Nintendo
and
one.
that's called Super Godzilla.
And at the end, all you do is you power up and you become like an ultra badass Godzilla.
There are fighting Godzilla games for the Super Nintendo, but they were only in Japan, and
Yeah,
they
we
were
don't
okay.
get everything.
So then afterwards, I think Nintendo 64 didn't get shit, but the GameCube has one of the best ones, probably the best Godzilla game to date. I forget exactly what it's called. It's melee something, but it's a fighting game, and that
Godzilla.
one,
It's
and that one,
Godzilla Monster Showdown.
and that one is fucking perfect.
That is one of the best ones.
That one, you just fight. You basically all the best monsters. You have to unlock them. There's a cheat code to just unlock everybody, but you
Godzilla destroy all monsters.
destroy a monster melee. So you have Mecha Godzilla. You have Godzilla. You have there's all of them. King Ghidorah. There's fucking Gigan. Everybody's there. You can use anybody. You pick city, Tokyo, London, whatever, and you can destroy your shit around it. It's kind of like King of the Monsters, but in 3D.
Well, I was actually gonna bring that up. It's like, obviously Godzilla inspired all these other things, and we really don't have too many giant monster games, but for sure, King of the Monsters from Neo Geo 1 and 2 really brought that in, where it's like, you're throwing the Eiffel Tower at a dude. You're throwing fire. Everybody has their own different powers. You have Atomic
fight
Man.
other kaiju.
Well,
that's like a ring though. It has a fucking.
It has a fence around it, and you could do
You could
a
just
flying
destroy all
clothesline. And even the second one had more of a story where you actually fighting bad guys and things.
So there's one for Game Boy Advance that's exactly that,
Let me
but
see.
it's actually Godzilla.
Mm.
And you use the Godzilla, the Godzilla fucking property, the
Here
monsters.
we go. It's Godzilla.
But that
Yeah, it came in '88.
that
88.
Whatever, that's wrong.
that
Okay.
fucking Godzilla from
Godzilla Domination
For-
02.
for Game Boy Advance is fucking that one is badass, and it's like playing King of the Monsters just with Godzilla. So if you want to play that, I mean that one is pretty cheap. Every fucking single Godzilla game is cheap
Yeah.
because
Dude, there's a bunch of them.
there wasn't there's way too
That
many.
we don't know. Well, not way too many. We can say them all.
Well, but they're fucking shit.
Well, you know what? I remember that there was a puzzle book.
There was
version?
2017. It's not even called Godzilla.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
called
Godzilla.
City Shrouded in Shadow. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
name
Well,
of
I
it.
was about to talk about City Shrouded in Shadow.
Alright.
City Shrouded in Shadow is actually a game where you're a normal person, and the city's being attacked by some random monster, almost like Sim City, where
Oh, okay.
a disaster happens and you have to escape.
Like black and white.
But in this one, it's Godzilla, Ultraman, Batroc.
Yeah.
So you didn't know what it
Everyone
was.
is there. Yeah,
And-
Ultraman. Yeah.
So you were just a human being that's trying to hide and
From
make
the
sure
monsters.
from the monsters, and it's fun, and at the same time it's not fun because
You're not using
it's
the
almost like
monsters.
isolation, like Alien Isolation, just on a bigger scale, and you're stuck in this very linear path, and just fuck, I
You're
don't
just
want to
trying
go
to
that
hide
way.
it.
It's a difficult game. It's interesting. I think if you're a Godzilla fan, you're gonna want to check it out or rent it, but you're not gonna want to keep it.
Well,
Well, it's only for PS4 and it's in Japan.
Right.
the best fucking that everybody got all excited about was Godzilla. The whole game for PS4.
And
Everybody
one
was
more
waiting.
time.
There was a lot of hype.
And one more time, they fucked it up.
And they
Yeah.
fucked it up. But it's a fucking rare game now, and it's fucking expensive as hell. So I fucking
That's the thing about now. Like, the rare games are the shittiest ones.
no,
now.
but it's because
Because I have Agony. That's a
It's
fucking
because-
Yeah.
bad game. Even with the...
Or like the
with
suffering,
that-
but the suffering was good.
Yeah, with all the patches that it came now, it still sucks.
Yeah, but
it
the thing-
lags.
the thing with Agony, you
It
can
looks like a 1994 Windows.
you can buy it in
That's what it looks
on
like.
digital. You can't buy Godzilla on digital. It's fucking dumb.
That's
And,
still Toho there.
and that fucking game, it looks cool.
Well,
They
you
had the right idea, but they fucked it up.
One of the greatest game, my personal favorite game, is Panzer Dragoon RPG for the Dreamcast. Now, the problem with that game is that the source code was lost when
But no, that
Dreamcast
has to
went
be
bankrupt.
for the Sega
So
Saturn.
there's no emulators.
No, but
There's nothing.
there's a new Panzer Dragoon coming out. So
Let's see.
Well, let's hope it's the RPG. But to me, it's the way that Godzilla is, where it's like, if you don't have your hands on the original ones, you're not gonna get a hold
So
of
no,
it.
we're getting a remake.
The
No,
Panzer
it's
Dragoon.
already came out, 2019.
No,
But that's
I don't
like-
know if it came out.
That's a railgun, though. That's like the Panzer. Now, anybody who's a Dreamcast fan knows about Panzer Dragoon. That's like $500.
no,
for
but
a
that
copy
one
of
is
that
for Sega Saturn. I Dreamcast.
Yeah, it is for Saturn.
They didn't get a Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon RPG.
Yeah, it's
No,
not-
RPG. I'm talking about RPG.
Let's go through
Well, anyways, those are some of the the best Godzilla games. I guess there's I think the
Sega
fucking
Saturn.
Is it? Really?
yeah, the Sega Saturn one is the one that's fucking worth a shitload of money. But I know this
Dude.
shit. But
yeah, it is that one. Yeah, you're right.
But the Godzilla hasn't been done right for games
They did my boy dirty.
again because Toho
Yeah.
doesn't let anybody do it.
Vince McMahon.
There's
Toho McMahon.
other fucking games that are not Godzilla, that are kaiju, that are other shit. Like right now we were playing Earth Defense Force 2027, which is kaijus. I know there's insects and robots. I don't know what's gonna be after.
Because of the sheer size, are considered
Yeah,
kaiju.
yeah.
But it's fucking. Well, I mean, it would have been stupid if you just fucking get a bunch of Godzillas and you're killing a bunch of Godzillas. So I think the whole bug thing is pretty perfect. I mean, you fucking mentioned the cockroaches, you know, in the fucking the Godzilla universe. So it's like, it's fucking cool. And you saw like when we
They
were
were from
shooting,
Venus.
we were shooting down the aliens and shit. At the end of the day, Air Defense Force was created to fucking defend Earth from, you know, like fucking monsters, from aliens, from whatever.
Everybody.
And that fucking game is an amazing game. It has 3 on the last gen's console, which is a 2017. I don't know what the other one is, but the 2025 is the last one. And they made 2 for PS4, which I haven't played because they're $60. But and there's no physical copies. There's only digital.
Alright, so 2019 is Air Defense Force Iron what?
That's 5. No? Air Defense Force 5, and there's another
No,
one.
it doesn't say 5, it just says Iron.
That's
something.
one of them, but Air Defense Force.
That's before, that's in 2017. Air Defense Force 5.
So Air Defense, there's 2 that fucking
Yeah,
came
Air
out
Defense
the same year.
Force 4.1, that's another one.
That's
for
the one.
same
It's a
year.
remake of the one that we played. It's a remake for the PS4.
So in total they are... Shit.
But
No.
that fucking
1, 2,
game
3, 4,
is
5,
massive.
6, 7.
You get to
There's
fucking
9 games.
you get to
That's
destroy-
since PlayStation 2.
the first ones are like tower defense.
Now, this may not be a video game, but the King of the Monsters board game. That's, you know, a tabletop. Anybody who's into tabletop, I very much recommend that one. The mechanics are fun. The adages
Well,
are fun.
it's just basically numbers. You're playing with like, oh well, I have this.
Well, to
power.
me, that's a lot
But
of
here's
fan
the
service
thing,
to do.
those ones, they started as Global Defense Force for the PS2.
Yeah, but they weren't like
And
they
then
are
this-
now.
No, yeah, they're different. And now, the same year in 06, they came out with Air Defense Force 2017.
Yeah, those from 2017 on, that's what
That's
they
the
do
air
now,
defense.
where you can play 2 players like that. And now I think it has multiplayer online. But what's fucking cool about it is that like you're fucking killing all these monsters. You can help each other out. You can fucking destroy pretty much
And there's
whatever
friendly
building,
fire.
whatever fucking building.
What is PUBG?
There's
What?
fucking
Yeah,
there's
kinda.
fucking points where like the fucking screen is just filled with fucking monsters and you're just fucking shooting everywhere and there's blood everywhere because there's a lot of blood in this game. And it looks fucking cool. Even the old ones that we're playing
Yeah, they're good.
look fucking cool. I mean, yeah, like
The only difference is gonna be just
but it's
the graphics.
it's a badass game. You can buy these 3 from digital for the Xbox One, not for PS4. But PS4 is the only one that has the new ones now.
Yeah.
But they're $60. But those are awesome kaiju games. Other kaiju's property before we fucking go. I wanted to fucking mention. I don't know if it still exists. I think it does. But the fucking Wrestling Federation of Kaiju Big Battle, where it's where it's wrestling, but they dress like kaijus, and they fight in a ring. Like, but they put little cities in the ring.
Yeah.
So.
I've actually always wanted to go to one of those. It's a cafe. They're like cafes and stuff. But I really wish that.
But
There's a soccer one.
kaiju.
From 92, Battle Soccer Field No Hush. And it's a Kaiju soccer game.
But Kaiju Big Battle, I remember I showed it to him, to Dr. Porn. I have a DVD still of them fucking like fighting, dressed like plantains, the Plantain Brothers.
Yeah.
And there's all these fucking kaijus like fighting. I really like that. Like we said, Pacific Rim, Power Rangers.
Kaiju Big Battle. That's the
Yeah,
name
but
of
it's
the
not called. It's like it's Battle or something like. It's spelled differently, but it's battle.
Batai.
It's Battelle, not Battle.
Yeah, but you say battle, like it says battle.
Oh, Battelle.
Battelle, like it's Battel.
But I like that it's wrestling with kaijus, and then like when you see the video, they
It's
act,
16-bit.
they put fucking they put power. Like if you see the video of them wrestling, they'll put powers and shit.
You can get it on Google Play.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's fucking cool. Kaiju Big Battle is an awesome wrestling federation. If you like wrestling and if you like kaijus, fucking, go fucking get that shit. I wish they did a better Godzilla game. I wish there was.
Yeah, they still need to work on that, and also they need. That's for me. Toho needs to work on just letting
I think
Legendary have their own.
I think
version of
Toho
Godzilla.
needs to open.
They need to share at least with one, and already have Legendary.
They should at least
let's
just
keep it like
open up, dude, to like ideas from other people, and then see if they fucking like. They don't have to fucking fund them, All they have to do is like, okay, you can have the property. Let's see what you come out with, and then like if they don't like it, okay, then you can't use the name.
Do another one.
But if you do like it, then put the name on
Kind
it.
of like what Sony's doing right now with the Spider-Man.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
they're
telling
letting
you, man, King of the Monsters could have easily been Godzilla.
Yeah.
But they fucking decided not to. SNK just did it, called it King of the Monsters.
What was it? Mortal Kombat supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme's?
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm telling you. Like, they
He
just
fucked himself right there.
now the
He fucked
best
that up.
yeah.
the best games.
He was the Predator, and he was fucking.
The best fucking games we've been playing this year are all indies.
Yeah, you're right.
They're
You're
all
right.
indies, and they're a fucking property that they wish they had.
Challenge to all my indies homies: make a good
Dude.
fucking kaiju game, please.
Look, good
Please.
example.
Either battle or RPG.
Well, yeah, please, a survival.
Good
Doesn't
example.
matter, just do a
fucking-
good one.
Dude,
Kaiju.
good example. The new Contra game came out, fucking blows. Like nobody fucking liked it. It's like $30. Nobody fucking liked it. An indie game called Blazing Chrome, which we reviewed here.
Which
okay?
is basically
Contra.
Contra, but it's
It's
way
fucking badass, dude. It's fucking
it's
badass.
as hard as the old Contras. Fucking
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
But
Even with 2 players.
But it's
Yeah.
badass. The music's badass.
Yeah.
The fucking shooting is
We got
perfect.
to a point that we died so much,
Now we're
too many
just-
times that we know where the fucking monster's gonna come out, but still we die.
Badass.
To me,
Badass. fucking-
Contra has always been like an R type where you have to learn the
A
pattern,
bullet,
yeah.
and you only have this little square of survival. And once you learn
Exactly.
that,
So
little square
next
of
review we
survival-
have is Val Ferris, which is the same thing. Like you die a lot and you just learn patterns.
And the most badass soundtrack
Is it really?
for a game.
It's
Yeah.
fucking dumb. But anyway,
Tune in next time.
so with that said, we have a shitload of content coming up. I don't know how long we recorded right now, but
It's almost 2 hours.
okay, so then 2 parts. But with that said, remember to click like, share, subscribe.
This is a
whatever.
bittersweet episode because this man's gonna be leaving us, and then he's gonna come back sporadically throughout
Well,
the year.
we're still
We're
recording
gonna
with
try
him.
to do the whole Skype thing if we get better cameras.
So, yeah, you
We're
know.
still recording for, other shit.
But we miss you already.
Hopefully he leaves for real this time.
Yeah.
No, it's already a done deal.
So anyway, so with that said, remember to click like, subscribe, fucking follow us on Instagram, Nitro Podcast. I'm trying to be more active on it. On Facebook, just go to Facebook and Nitro Podcast. Follow Sucio. I love Sucio, right? On Instagram.
Love Sucio on
I still don't
Instagram,
have
baby.
shit, but maybe one day.
I'm
Maybe
try-
one day. You
I'm
just
try-
contact him through the main.
I have
fucking-
shit, but I'm trying to just focus on the pages for the thing.
It'll be through the future. We'll
Anyway,
get
thank
more.
you for listening to the Godzilla podcast. This is one near and dear to our heart. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate all the likes, share, subscribe. Stay sweet, don't change. Have a great summer. Keep in touch.
Later, bitches.
Bye.
Ah,